22 surprising movie trivia facts you won't believe are true. The code in The Matrix comes from a sushi recipe. Those green symbols trailing down in The Matrix aren't complicated algorithms. A production designer scanned symbols from his wife's sushi cookbooks, then manipulated them to create the iconic code. Director James Cameron drew the sketch in Titanic. James Cameron was the artist behind the famous nude sketch picture of Rose. One famous Pulp Fiction scene was filmed backwards. When Uma Thurman's character is having an overdose, it looks like John Travolta sticks a needle in her to revive her. Actually, Travolta pulled the needle out, and the film was run backward to reverse the action. The cat in The Godfather was a stray. Director Francis Ford Coppola found the cat in the studio and handed it to Marlon Brando before the shoot. The cat loved the actor so much that he stayed in his lap and purred so loudly that the crew was afraid the noise would drown out the dialogue. Sean Connery wore a toupee in every James Bond movie. If you think the dreamy 007 seemed too good to be true, you're right. Sean Connery started bowling at age 17. There's a Starbucks cup in every Fight Club scene. Director David Fincher thought the Starbucks shops popping up on every block of LA in the late 90s was too much of a good thing, so he poked fun of the coffee chain in the Fight Clubs. He claimed to have sneaked a Starbucks cup in every shoot with the permission of the chain. Some of the well-crafted noises in Jurassic Park are actually tortoise mating. At least that's what the sound designer used when the raptors were communicating. Other scenes of the species use horse breathing, goose hisses. E.T. and Poltergeist started from the same script. Steven Spielberg was going to produce filmmaker John Sayles' Night Skies, script about a rural family invaded by aliens that could kill with a touch of the finger, but decided to go more of a family-friendly route with the story of creating E.T., the extraterrestrial. Michael Myers' mask in Halloween is William Shatner's face, or specifically his Star Trek character Captain Kirk. There wasn't money in the 1978 horror film budget to create a custom mask, so the art designer bought a clown and a Captain Kirk mask. Toy Story's Woody was originally a ventriloquistic dummy. Even in the later version, he was written as a sarcastic bully trying to rally other toys against Buzz. Luckily, the studio decided to transform it into a more lovable character. O.J. Simpson was considered for the lead in The Terminator. Director James Cameron rejected the choice because he didn't think this likable, goofy kind of innocent guy could pull off a cyborg assassin. The voice actress of Monster Inc., Boo, was an actual toddler. At 2.5, Mary Gibbs had trouble sitting still through the scene, so the crew would follow her around with a microphone. They'd tickle her or take candy away to make her laugh or cry, so the emotions are as real as they sound. R2-D2 and C-3PO appear in Indiana Jones. Look closely at the scenery in The Raiders of Lost Ark, and you notice hieroglyphics with the robot's likeness in 2 scenes. Gone with the Wind's fire scene, old sets being burned. The filmmakers had to get rid of the old sets to make room for the new movie scenery anyway, so burning them and filming it as Atlanta going down in flames accomplished both. The filmmakers are lucky it worked. They shot the blaze even before the movie cast was confirmed. The most famous line in Jaws was ad-libbed. First of all, the line was "You're gonna need a bigger boat," not "we're," as it's often misquoted. The line wasn't in the original script but was an inside joke among the Jaws crew, teasing the stingy producers for picking a support boat that was too small to hold the equipment. Actor Roy Scheider ad-libbed the line throughout the filming. but the one kept in the final cut became one of the most remembered movie quotes of all time. A Harry Potter stunt double was paralysed on the job. David Holmes did the stunt doubles for Daniel Radcliffe in every Harry Potter movie, but an accident during a flying broomstick scene in the last movie left him paralysed from the neck down. Radcliffe organised a celebrity charity auction to pay for his medical bills, and Holmes now runs a production company with two other quadruplet friends. Toto was paid more than the Munchkin in The Wizard of Oz. The Munchkin actor received $50 a week, which was a good wage at that time, while the dog earned $125 a week. The set for the Ten Commandments was buried underground for decades. Cecil B. DeMille, director of 1923 silent film The Ten Commandments, thought the movie set, including 21 Sphinx replicas, was too valuable to let other filmmakers get their hands on it. He figured it was cheaper to bury the set than to move it, and the artifact remained underground near California coast for 94 years before archaeologists found the 300-pound head in 2017. Psycho was the first movie to show a toilet flushing. At the time, the motion picture production code banned flushing toilets because it was considered filthy. Psycho was the key to putting the censoring code to an end. Leonardo DiCaprio really did cut his hand in Django Unchained. During one of Leonardo DiCaprio's big scenes in Django Unchained, his racist rant is heightened when he slams down on a table and cuts his hand on glass. It might look like special effects, but it wasn't in the script. The actor really did hurt his hand without stopping the scene, and the blood you see is real. Dracula was filmed in English during the day and Spanish at night. When the 1931 movie Dracula was being shot, it was common for foreign language films to take over the set at night and shoot their own version instead of dubbing over them later. The Spanish language version, which used the same script and set, wrapped up in about half the time and earned way better reviews than the English language counterpart. Jimmy Stewart did not want to do It's a Wonderful Life. The lead actor had returned from spending 15 months in World War II combat as a pilot and was considering quitting acting. He initially said a film about suicide was the last thing the country and he, as someone dealing with PTSD, needed, but he reluctantly agreed. It's a Wonderful Life ended up relaunching his acting career.